Welcome back to AM 1220 KHTS, your neighborhood watch, sponsored by All American Bail Bonds. My name is Jessica. I'm one of the writers here at KHTS. I'm here with my staff writer, Heather Harbin, and the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station Deputy Kevin Duxbury, who is leading the zone for Stevenson Ranch. And we are going into a segment about talking about different ways that the community can reach out to the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station. One of those ways is coffee with the captain. Captain Roosevelt Johnson likes to hold a coffee with the captain event with the different zones, and Kevin, your zone is coming up.
Yeah, basically the captain likes, our captain is very pro-public. He likes talking to the public. He likes hearing what the public has to say. And what he offers as an opportunity for people to just kind of talk to him at a very casual, open forum is a little thing that he does called Coffee with the Captain. And what he does is he picks his own, picks a local coffee house or Starbucks or restaurant or something like that, and people can come and sit with him and get a free cup of coffee and talk to the captain a little bit one-on-one. So we are actually going to be doing my zone, Zone 3 Stevenson Ranch, on August 5th from 10 to 8. The captain will be at the Starbucks. The exact address is 25900 The Old Road, but it's basically the Starbucks that's on the corner of McBean Parkway and the Old Road in that shopping center right there where the library is and Noah's Bagels and in that area. So this will be a great opportunity to come on in, get a free cup of coffee, and just ask the captain some questions or vent or whatever you want to do.
And that's part of the outreach that you guys do. Captain Roosevelt, he could be doing other things probably, but he wants to make sure that the community outreach with the community is the best it can be.
He's very connected with the community, I think, and this is just another thing that he likes to do so that people can come out and meet him face to face and talk to him. So.
Yeah, last time. Oh, sorry, Kat.
Are you nervous? But it's your zone, so are you a little nervous at all? Oh, geez. Okay.
I did just come back from vacation, so
okay.
We'll see what happens.
Blame it on the other guys.
Hopefully, they don't say too many bad things about me, but so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one I went to the one in Valencia over in Granary Square, and the public response was fantastic. There were a good couple dozen people there. They were asking Captain Roosevelt Johnson several questions about traffic, about some of the crimes that had been going on that they had heard about, and it just gives our community an opportunity to talk to the captain, which not very many communities do that.
I think it makes it more. One, it brings the community closer together, but it makes it's easier to, if you have a tip about a crime, oh, you know what, I went and talked to Captain Johnson, he's an awesome dude, of course I'm going to tell him about this, an information about a crime that I have. So I think it helps with, building the relationship with the community and having an open source of communication.
Yeah, in life in general, I think it's very frustrating when you have a complaint or a concern and it falls on deaf ears. And Captain Johnson is definitely not one with deaf ears. He wants to get out there and talk to people and hear what they have to say. So
fantastic.
Yeah, and again with outreach, last week I got the amazing opportunity to go out with Deputy Dantes and Deputy Betsy Shackelford and one of the City of Santa Clarita's community preservation officers to do a homeless outreach operation. This is where the team goes out and they talk to people who are homeless in different camps in the Santa Clara Wash. And I couldn't believe how much stuff was there, with these people's stories. One of the most surprising things was Deputy Dantes. He knew the stories of all these different people, and he knew what they needed, and he was trying to get them to services such as Bridge to Home and trying to help them out so that they could get back on their feet. And I thought that was an amazing experience. And the city has cleaned up about 82 sites. They have, some of those are in Valencia, Canyon Country, Newhall, and Saugus. And they've spent about $57,000 on it, but it gets people back on their feet and it gets people out of living in the wash, which is illegal. So it's an interesting operation.
Deputy, I wanted to ask you, where's the balance there? Because obviously, they're a person.
Yeah,
right?
what it comes down to is it is people first. We want, regardless of what their problem is that made them homeless, whether it was a crash in the stock market or a drug and alcohol problem or, perhaps some kind of mental disability, people are the priority. We want to get them back on their feet and get them, living in society again, and with a home and a roof over their head and a good job, and that's important. But what a lot of people don't see that we see in the wash is the impact on the environment. Now that is second, but I mean the impact is huge. The trash, the human waste, it is very bad for the Santa Clara River. It really is. It's a huge factor with pollution. So it's a double-edged sword when we deal this. We help people and we clean up our environment at the same time. So it's a good program. And
this operation happens about once a month, correct?
We're kind of sporadic. We try and at least do it once a month. Deputy Dantes, he's really great at what he does when it comes to dealing with the homeless and the environmental impacts on the wash. So, we try and get out there as often as possible to help these people and to clean up these sites.
And then one of the contacts to be for the homeless, if you know someone or if you just want to help out, Bridge to Home is our local shelter and outreach center, and they are over on Chestnut Street in Newhall, and their phone number is 661-254-4663. We're going to be right back on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, for your Neighborhood Watch, sponsored by All American Bail Bonds.
Welcome back to your Neighborhood Watch, sponsored by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. My name's Heather Harbin. I'm one of the staff writers here at AM 1220. I'm here with Jessica Boyer, who's also another one of our staff writers, and Deputy Duxbury from the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station. We're going to be talking about the different resources available to the public. We talked about earlier about Nixle. Deputy, would you mind explaining a little bit more about what Nixle is?
I will do the best I can. Yeah, Nixle is basically, it's used by us, but it's also used by a lot of different companies and organizations that if they want to get information out to people fast, they do this Nixle, which is basically a text message that goes to your cell phone. To receive these text messages, you just go to the Nixle location or business that you want to get these from, you sign up, and then every time they send a Nixle, it goes straight to your phone, and it's just a great way to get information quickly.
And you can get emails from Nixle as well, which are fantastic. And to sign up, it's nixle.com, www.nixle.com, Nixle. And it's a great service that we use as journalists as well to be able to put out information. If there was, for example, last night there was a missing person in the Antelope Valley, and we used an email sent out to us by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Information Bureau, and it had information about this missing person. It had a picture, and so then we're able to put that on our website and put it on our Facebook and Twitter and all the different social media that we use. And speaking of social media, we have a couple different handles and pages for you guys to look at. Heather, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter at KHTS AM 1220, and also on Facebook, which is facebook.com/KHTS AM. You can also send us an email to newsroom@hometownstation.com. And also the Sheriff Station also has a Twitter, which is at SCV Sheriff. And also there's an app out there called PulsePoint. Jessica, would you mind talking a little bit about what PulsePoint is?
PulsePoint's a great app. It's something that we use. It's not really Sheriff Station, it's more Los Angeles County Fire Department, but they use that to put out information about traffic collisions, about gas maintenance, about electrical poles that are down, about fires. That's a lot of times where we get our tips for that kind of stuff, and it helps us out immensely. And then with the social media, it's important for you to reach out to us, our community, giving us tips, giving the sheriff's station tips. You can call them at their phone number. You can email them. You can reach out to them. You can also get information and reach out to the sheriff's station with their Twitter, with their Facebook.
And I don't know if you can talk about this a little bit. We only got a couple minutes here, but Dux, how important is it? I mean, you guys can only be in so many places at once.
Yep.
How important is it for the community to be on alert and help keep this city as safe as possible?
Oh, I think that's huge. If we get something that we think is extremely important, the community needs to know, and we can put out a nixle, we can hit all the zones on a nixle. We don't have to select one specific zone. We can hit the whole city. If it's a BOLO for a missing person, or be on the lookout for a missing person or a suspect of some kind of crime that we think is an actual danger to the city. I mean, the nixles go out, everybody's aware. And what I love about nixle is, in my experience, every time I've posted something important, the next thing I knew, all these different news medias who get that nixle are basically copying and pasting my nixle onto their websites, and it's just a snowball effect that gets out very quickly. So it's a great tool. I like it a lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And again, as I said before, it's one way that all of the news media gets it. Instead of you guys having to email each of us or call each of us, you can just send it out in one click, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's great. And then also, again, with the tip line, if you see something, if you hear something, if your friend sees something, if your kid sees something, you can go ahead and call the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station at 661-255-1121. If you want to be anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. That's 800-222-8477. And thank you for joining us on Neighborhood Watch, sponsored by All American Bail Bonds. My name's Jessica. We're here with Heather and Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station Deputy Kevin Duxbury. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on AM 1220 KHTS.